Hi, I'm Charlie Piette from Tight Lines Fly Fishing Company, and today I'm going to be tying the winter sculpin. This is a big articulated baitfish pattern that works particularly well during the colder months. It's a big profile fly that moves a lot of water. And this fly is going to be tied on two Daiichi 2461 hooks. The long shank Aberdeen hook. The back portion of the fly is pretty simple. It's just an olive woolly bugger. Just start your thread, tie in a little tail section of this mottled marabou. Next I'm going to put in a piece of the grizzly olive schlappen, tied in tip first, pull the fibers back, and then the olive woolly chenille for the body. Next, just palmer that hackle forward. We'll whip finish that, and that'll complete the back section of the fly. Being that this is an articulated fly, we're going to have to attach two hooks together here, and I'm going to do that using some Power Pro. You can use backing works just fine too, but all I did was cut off a section about 8 or 9 inches long, formed a little loop, and I'm going to bring that through the eye of the back hook. And then bring the tag ends back through. And take this guy off the vise and put the front hook in, same hook. Here I'm going to start the thread on the front hook, then I'm going to take the two tag ends and run them through the eye of the front. And then secure that on with some thread. And what I like to do is just make a layer of thread going up a ways, and then bring the tag ends back down and do a layer of thread over the two. Then you can trim the two tag ends of the attaching line, and then I'm going to coat that whole hook with some Zap-A-Gap. And just wait for that Zap-A-Gap to set up. Now that the Zap-A-Gap is dry, we're ready to complete the front hook. I'm going to start out by tying in the eyes. Just do some figure 8 wraps. Bring the thread back to the end of the hook and tie in the olive UV polar chenille. Followed by some more olive woolly chenille. Then we'll palm one forward, this UV polar chenille. I like to make 2 or 3 wraps at the back just to kind of cover up the junction. And this material is pretty easy to use, but you have to make sure to continually be sweeping those fibers back with your fingers. I'm just going to stack 2 clumps of this olive deer hair. One for the top and one for the bottom. Next I'll pull some of that hair back and trim it off, but not trim it quite flush to the hook. It's going to help some hackle stand up a little bit. Next I'm going to put in a collar of some more of the olive Sculpin. And I'd like this collar to be fairly long. We'll put in one final collar. Just a piece of gadwall flank stripped on one side. Again, pretty long. The final step is finishing the head of the Sculpin. I'm going to do that with some olive Arctic fox, and what I'll do is make one big pectoral fin on each side by just twisting up a big long clump of the fox about like that and trimming it off and putting it on each side. And just due to all the materials in the front end of this fly, the head will get a little bulky, but that's what we're going for here. And to finish the head, just going to take some of that soft under fur of the Arctic fox and just dub it on the thread and figure 8 around the eyes. The very last step is cutting off the top hook. This can be done with any stout wire cutters. Now that the front hook's cut off, the fly's ready to fish. It's a true articulated fly that will swim a bit in the current. And it's heavy, it'll get down deep in the colder water, and a lot of times that's what we need to move cold Great Lakes winter fish.